Welcome to Urban Consciousness, where we explore the journey of growth, healing, and connection. My name is Milan, and today we're diving deep into a topic that's central to both personal and spiritual growth: the ego, and how it shows up in relationships. Let's start with understanding the ego. The ego is often seen as a voice in our head that always wants to be right, that wants to win and wants to feel superior. It is a protective mechanism, but when left unchecked, it can create walls between us and those that we love. In relationships, the ego might manifest as a need to always be right, holding on to grudges or even feeling threatened by our partner's successes or opinions. Have you ever found yourself in an argument where you knew you were wrong, but you just couldn't admit it? That's the ego at work. In my own life, I've seen how the ego shows up. That's the thing. Holding onto our ego limits the ability to truly connect. It keeps us defensive and blocks our growth. So how do we let go of the ego and open ourselves up to deeper connections? Hopefully I can share a few steps that you could do to help you dissolve your ego. And remember that this does take a lot of practice and it's not going to work overnight. So the first thing we need to do is cultivate self-awareness. Recognize when the ego is taking over. And you do this by asking yourself, am I reacting from a place of fear or love? Simple as that. When you catch your ego flaring up, take a deep breath. Create space between the reaction and the response. In that past relationship, if I had paused to breathe, reflect, and give the situation a bit of space, I could have approached those conflicts from a place of love, not fear. And I repeat this again. This takes time and practice, but every step towards self-awareness always is a step towards the right thing. The second thing I would recommend is active listening. Often our ego is too busy preparing a response instead of truly hearing the other person. By really listening, we show our partner that their thoughts and feelings are valued, and this helps to dissolve the ego's grip. Now this brings me to vulnerability. The ego hates being vulnerable because it feels like it loses control. But vulnerability is the key to intimacy. When we share our true selves, our fears, hopes, and dreams, we create a space for authentic connection. And finally, choose love over being right. Choose love over being right. In the heat of a disagreement, remind yourself that the goal is not to win. It is to understand and support each other. Let go of the need to have the last word, to be right, and instead focus on finding common ground. Going back to that relationship, my partner and I rarely argued, but when we did, it was pretty intense. We were both stubborn and determined to be right, and this just escalated things. Looking back, I can see that our ego caused us to be in a battle. But what we really needed was to remind ourselves and to focus on the fact that we were on the same team. By letting go of the need to be right, we could have focused on understanding each other and finding a solution together. Because the ultimate goal is we're on the same team, and I'm choosing you, I'm choosing love over being right. As we practice these steps, we begin to see that letting go doesn't weaken us. It strengthens our relationships. We open ourselves up to more compassion, understanding, and a deeper sense of connection. So as you move forward in your relationships, whether it's with a partner, friend, or family member, I encourage you to notice where your ego is showing up, and then gently invite it to step aside. Embrace the love, understanding, and growth that comes from letting go of the ego. And trust me, I know it's not easy, and it's not something that's going to happen overnight. So be patient with yourself and ask your partner to be patient with you. If you want to learn more on letting go of the ego, I will be posting a yoga flow and a meditation on YouTube, and we'll link it all down below. Thank you for joining me today on Urban Consciousness. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with someone who might need to hear it. Stay tuned for more insights on healing, growth, and conscious living. Until next time, take care and stay mindful.